Okay, so for the past 24 to 48 hours, the game has just been completely bonkers. I mean, Dokkan has been putting out so much content in so many different forms. Of course, we have the new Dokkan Fest Vegeta to look forward to very soon, as well as the side banner Kui, which is still kind of crazy to say. But yeah, we're getting a side banner Kui coming to the game very soon. On top of that, in just about a week, we'll get some new EZAs right here with Nail and Goku, as well as a super EZA for the physical full power Frieza you see right here. But aside from that, we also have some other special EZAs that just became live earlier today with Tech Gogeta right here and the physical Janemba. Their EZAs went live earlier today, so go ahead and make sure you guys are doing those EZAs in case you haven't, just for the free stones, if not for the EZA medals. Just go ahead and do those, right? But yeah, we have a lot of crazy things happening already just in terms of characters, right? And that's not all. Because of the maintenances, because of us leaving the worldwide celebration in new kind of era with the synchronization between Dokkan on Global and JP, a lot of different things have been added to the game, a lot of things have been changed, right? So Dokkan, they've been putting out a lot of news about new kind of content to look forward to far as the gameplay is concerned, not just in terms of characters. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and focus on the gameplay side of things, all the other kind of news, right? In my last video, I went ahead and talked about all these different types of EZAs and characters coming to the game, so I'll leave it for that video. But this video will just focus on the other side of the news. So I do have a lot of things to talk about, of course. We do have some kind of users right here. Shout out to Truth, of course. Truth was on timing last night with all the different kind of things to talk about. And also, shout out to Proton 10MG, one of the best when it comes to data download information. So shout out to them, of course. So we have to go ahead and look at that. We also have the news pulled up here because there's just a lot of different tabs right here for a lot of different things that Dokkan wanted to bring up. So first of all, let's go ahead and look at Proton's kind of post right here, just talking about the data download that came out basically earlier today, right? So when it comes to data download, we are getting a promo movie that is going to be for the new Vegeta and the new side banner Kui, because obviously we're going towards their Dokkan Fest celebration, or their Dokkan Fest banner, I guess. So we have the promo movie for them. We of course have the new AGL Vegeta, the Int Kui. We also have the sub EZAs, STR Super Saiyan Goku, and the AGL Nail. Also down here we have the super EZA for the physical full power Frieza. That is exactly why they're showing up on Dokkan Info now. Aside from that, we also have the EZAs for the Janemba and Tech Goku and Vegeta, so again, we saw those. And we're also getting some other kind of stages, right? We are getting another stage for the Extreme Super Battle Royal, which is for the Artificial Lifeform kind of category mission. So with all the different kind of artificial lifeform characters, this should be relatively a breeze, especially like if you have characters like Cell Max or Bio Broly, this should be a blast, right? Also, we have a new kind of story stage right here. This is, of course, the promo movie kind of showing Vegeta. Whoops, I just blew out my I just blew out my eardrums. I'm sure I'll turn it down so that way it doesn't kind of blow out your guys' eardrums, but I just, my ears are kind of ringing. Okay. So we are getting some other kind of stages as well. We are getting stage 9 and 10 for the Memorial Battle. That is strictly so we can get some new kind of orbs. You'll see right here. This is so we can get some skill orbs for the Tech Gogeta and the physical Janemba right there. On top of that, we're getting a new kind of a story mode stage. It looks like Rebel plotting for dominance, so there's something to look forward to there. A new battlefield and a new Peton battle as well. So typical kind of stuff. Some tickets for the Dokkan Fest banner and everything. So all in all, some really good stuff. Nothing too crazy, but still some really good content to look forward to, obviously leaving the Worldwide Celebration campaign. Aside from that, Truth, he's been just posting a bunch of different news coming to the game, and all this news is basically reflected in all what I have posted here. So first things first, right, when it comes to this kind of post right here, so obviously when they gave us like the final kind of producer letter to leave the Worldwide Celebration campaign, they mentioned the EZAs for Janemba and Gogeta. They also mentioned the update kind of going towards the 10th anniversary, right? Now obviously we are now synced up on Global and JP far as the operating schedule. So to that end, we are now having a coin collecting campaign basically going all the way to the 10th anniversary in Dokkan, which is going to be happening at the end of next January, which is typically how it works for JP. Global is now caught up to our kind of time schedule, so there is that. But with this kind of campaign, there is just a bunch of different things going on. For one, we are getting some new missions. They did mention that as the months progress, we will be getting different kind of missions to basically invite us or entice us to use characters from way back in the day and just kind of use them again in different kind of content for different rewards and everything like that. So that is something to look forward to. Also, I mean, if we go down here, this is one of the biggest updates. This has been an update so many people have been clamoring for, begging for. People have been doing rituals just to hope that this would happen. And finally, it is happening. We are getting unlimited numbers of attempts for all of these red zone stages right here and these two blue zone stages right here. Now, it is worth mentioning a couple things. First of all, this is permanent. This is not going away. Usually, sometimes they make some of these stages unlimited for a certain celebration or for the time being, and then it comes back to being limited. This is not happening anymore. These are all going to be permanent for the foreseeable future, which means content creators, people who just want to try different teams, everyone is eating so good. Even people who don't want to like try different teams and stuff, but you're trying to do a mission and you just keep failing, you don't have to worry anymore about waiting till the next day. You can just basically grind it out, do everything in your power, and make things happen, because unlimited attempts, you can do it as much as you want. So that is all crazy. Obviously, all of these stages, some of them are not that difficult anymore, but still, you know, having that unlimited attempts, that is just such a great thing. Now, there is also one other thing to mention, which is that the latest Blue Zone stage, which is against the Dragon Ball Z movie kind of characters, that is not unlimited, right? You don't see it on this list. So that one is still going to be limited for the time being, it would seem. I mean, eventually they will probably take it to unlimited as well, who knows when. But yeah, that's basically something to bear in mind. So while that one is limited, the rest of these are unlimited, and obviously that's going to be a joy. That's going to be a joy. The Dragon Ball Super Edition, the Tournament of Power one, that's going to be awesome right there. So hopefully all of you guys have been taking advantage of it. I certainly know that I will be taking advantage of it myself. So all sorts of great stuff. Also down here, so this is talking about the missions, right? So again, going back to the missions that they mentioned, they were trying to entice us to use old characters, and specifically for the month of October, really, they were going to have us use characters who debuted from the beginning, basically, of Dokkan, all the way to the 2nd anniversary, right? Dokkan Fest characters. So, obviously, this is the list of characters who qualify for that sort of work. So, you know, just talking about it, right? Legendary Super Saiyan Broly right here. This is the STR Super Easy Broly right here. Down here, Kid Buu. This is the physical Super Easy Kid Buu. This is the first Dokkan Fest Tech Cell, the AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku with his Super Easy, the first anniversary Super Gogeta right here, STR Super Gogeta. Also, the Int Super Janemba right here, also part of the first anniversary. The Full Power Frieza, this one is getting a Super Easy in a week, so if you guys wait for that, you can take advantage of him then when he's at his best kind of form. Also, this is the Int Ultimate Gohan right here. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, this is the STR Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta right here. Devastating Punishment Beerus, this should be the Tech Beerus right here with the Rage form, so that's kind of an OG character right there. Unparalleled Golden Key, Super Vegito, right, the AGL Super Vegito, who got an Easy way back in the day, so, I mean, he's kind of old right there. This should be the physical Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, right, who's just kind of in his legendary form already off the bat. Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks right here with the Super Easy already, right? So there is that. Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku. This is the AGL Kaioken Goku. So or AGL Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, I should say. So there is that. Majin Buu Ultimate Gohan. This is Int Buuhan right here. So that's gonna be right there. Tech Golden Frieza right here, right? Tech like kind of Golden Frieza who's like screaming really loudly, like that kind of Frieza right there. Maybe I'll put up an image of him because it's kind of hard to describe him, I guess. Omega Shenron, this is STR Omega Shenron right here. Physical Goku Black. This Physical Goku Black also has his Super Easy, so obviously we can use him as well. The Physical Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegito, right, as well as the AGL Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, so obviously we have them. We also have Perfect Cell right here. I believe this is the STR Perfect Cell, so that's going to be a unit right there. Also, Super Saiyan Trunks from the future, Fusions of Masu, Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegeta, which I'm forgetting all these characters. This should be the Int Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegeta. I don't know why I'm forgetting Fusions of Masu. That should be Tech Zamasu right there, the first ever like Fusion Zamasu, I believe. But anyways, we have a lot of characters, and obviously the final two characters to talk about are the Year 2 Anniversary characters with the Super Saiyan 4 STR Goku and the AGL Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. So basically, they want you to use all of these characters, and all of these forms are specifically the Dokkan Fest characters in their Dokkan Awakened form, right? Only includes the characters after the Dokkan Awakening. So if you have these guys in your box, you want to make sure to awaken these guys so you can make sure to do their missions and everything like that. I mean, that's really the important stuff. We actually have, actually this is the same kind of page right here, but also, I mean, I think I have the missions pulled up here. This is the missions currently for the whole kind of a coin collecting system, right? So you see right here a bunch of different stuff. Ignore this card ID. Basically, this is just saying take one of those kind of characters, or basically take characters from that kind of era. So ignore the card IDs. That's just to identify it in the game. But basically what they're saying is you have to clear stage 11 of the Infinite Dragon Ball history with one of the specified characters who debuted before the end of the 2nd anniversary. So basically, you go down here, right, you look at this list, take one of these characters and go ahead and take them into the 11th stage of the challenge event, beat the fight, and then you're good. You get this kind of coins right here, and you get a Dragon Stone. Here, take one of these characters who fits into that kind of mold into stage 3 of the whole kind of challenge event for the boss rush, and then you will be able to kind of get that mission done. Obviously right here, taking on the first ever Fighting Legend Goku kind of fight right there with one of the specified characters. Clear that, you're good there. And then right down here, clear any stage of the challenge event, which is the Red Zone GT Edition, which is the first ever Red Zone, if I recall correctly. So clear any stage of that kind of event with one of the specified characters, and yeah, you're good there. So not too many missions, very simple, very straightforward. Obviously kind of fun to take those characters into some of the more kind of difficult fights, quote unquote, with like the Red Zone and everything. But at the same time, I mean, with the super easy days and everything, this should be a breeze. This should be a blast. But yeah, this is kind of fun. I mean, obviously, as the months progress, we'll go into like the 3rd year and 4th year anniversary characters, the 5th and 6th year anniversaries, and the 7th year anniversaries. But still, you know, to kind of go back in this time, I'm an old player. Like, I've been playing since way back in the day, since like the early days of like Dokkan's release on Global. I switched to JP then. But, I mean, I remember those characters when they were hype. Obviously, if you listen to old heads in the Dokkan community, right, they'll say, like, oh, I remember the days, you know, when Super Gogeta was him and everything, and, like, I wish we could go back to those days. First of all, I don't think anyone really wants to go back to those days, but still, having that nostalgia, being able to relive those moments using those old characters, I know for new players, it's not going to be necessarily the same thing, but still, having that ability to use those characters, obviously, we're going to 10 years for Dokkan. I mean, this is obviously the time for us to kind of experience nostalgia and remember those good moments and those good times over the past 10 years and all that sort of good stuff. So these missions, very simple, very straightforward. Again, just take one character who fits into any of this kind of list. We already mentioned some of the super easy days you can use, like the Kid Buu and the legendary Super Saiyan Broly. So you can use those things to your advantage, and then obviously you'll be able to beat those missions, and it's really straightforward. So no problems there. Also, this is something right here. Obviously, they've been putting out, you know, various kind of posts and everything and all sorts of stuff, right? So, obviously, we are basically becoming unified as far as, like, the whole kind of international and JP versions of the game. So, because of the operation schedules being unified, they also are basically unifying the whole editions of the Ultimate Clashes and the World Tournaments and everything like that going forward, basically from this Thursday, so in just a couple days. And obviously, that will include the new World Tournament to look forward to and the next Ultimate Clash. So, that is all pretty straightforward stuff, really nothing too crazy. Also, I think to that end, I mean, I'm pretty sure they have it mentioned somewhere else here, but right here, or not here, but they also did mention basically in a different kind of post, maybe Truth kind of mentioned it right here somewhere, but basically they are kind of trying to make up for the fact that, you know, right here, there we go. So, they are trying to make up for the fact that, you know, Global has been basically forced into an insanely fast sync up. I mean, obviously for like the past few months, really, Dokkan on the Global side has just been hectic with all sorts of major releases happening back to back to back. So, to that end, what they're doing basically is they're adding various kind of missions and extra kind of memories and stuff to make up for that fact. To basically say, hey, Global players, just to help you guys out because we know you guys were having to kind of struggle there. This is going to be helping you guys basically make up for the fact that, you know, you had some various kind of skipped editions and everything for the virtual clashes to make up for the sync. So that's what they're kind of trying to do there. And obviously that's a good thing for global players. For JP, this is not mattering to us. This doesn't matter. But still, for global players, this is a big W. I'm very happy for you guys to have this because obviously that was kind of one of those things that sucked. And now that it is being made up for, it's like water. It's basically water under the bridge, right? I mean, that's how I kind of look at it. So there is that, of course. Aside from that, we are getting some updates for certain events. So, obviously, this is in reference to the 3rd challenge event, you know, the Tremble of Fear with Devil Awakens, whatever. But that's basically 3 stages, right? The first stage is against the legendary Super Saiyan Broly from the first Broly movie. Second stage is against Broly's Second Coming, right? That Broly. And then stage 3 is against the Bio Broly kind of fight, right? So, I mean, that fight, it has some various kind of missions that you want to beat certain things with, right? And for Stage 3, basically what they want you to do is they want you to beat these 2 missions, right? Clear Stage 3 with the support of the billionaire who lives in Mei Queen Castle, and clear Stage 3 with the support of the world champion of martial arts. So basically, what they want you to do is they want you to use a Lord Jaguar item right here, a support item for this kind of mission, and they want you to use a support item Hercule right here for this kind of mission. But there were some kind of interesting conditions. Basically, and they say right here, basically, you will not be able to proceed to Phase 2 of the fight if you defeat the first Phase Bio Broly within the turn that you receive the support. So, assume you're on the last kind of turn before you beat Phase 1. If you then proc one of the support items, you will not proceed to Phase 2 because it didn't really take into effect. So, you basically want to use the support early, and then as you get to the end of the phase, then you'll be able to move on to Phase 2, whether it's going to be very difficult because you're using Hercule, or very easy because you're using Lord Jaguar. At least, I believe it's in that order, or it might be the reverse, but it should be in that order. So, basically, that's just what they're kind of mentioning there. So they are kind of giving everyone a Hercule and a Lord Jaguar to make up for that. But I mean, realistically, it's not too hard to acquire those support items. It's really easy to do. I'm pretty sure everyone has already been able to beat this in some way, shape, or form. But in case, I mean, you guys are struggling or you guys didn't know about this, well, there you go. Now you are made aware. They're making up for it. So there you go. Should be pretty straightforward now. Also, aside from that, there is a couple things worth mentioning. In fact, I think there's a couple things. This is one that's kind of minor, right? Which is basically because of this massively long maintenance to give us all sorts of content, to give us unlimited attempts and everything, they are giving 3 Dragon Stones just to kind of make up for that. Nothing too crazy, but a typical kind of hand-me-out, which obviously everyone will take it. We'll all take it, so no complaints there. Aside from that, this is one of the more important things, I guess. Not really too crazy important, but still worth mentioning. So, basically they were kind of talking about how the sync up includes the fact that there are some skill variations between the JP and international versions of the game. So they are adjusting skills for various kind of characters with those variances so that they are the same in both versions. Now, there are a couple things that still remain different, right? So for one is linking, the other is going to be typing as well. So, you know, various kind of characters with different typing on both sides of the game, that will change. However, the skills and everything, that sort of thing, will be synchronized now. It will be adjusted to be the same on both sides to kind of promote that sync. So that is something right here. Obviously, this is the details of everything that's adjusted. So, like, the leader skills for the various Pycons, for Gokus and whatnot, like Super Kaioken Goku, he is kind of like a weird character where he's one type on global, one type on JP. His leader skill is being adjusted. Obviously, a lot of passive skills are being adjusted, including the physical Super Easy Goku Black. His passive skill was different for global and for JP. So that is now being adjusted, of course. Stats are being adjusted right here. So a bunch of different things, even a couple link skills right here, specifically for the Super Kaioken Super Saiyan Goku right there. So yeah, I mean, they are just kind of covering their bases, if you will. This is not really that important. It's just kind of making sure that the sync up is as synced up as possible. But really, it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple, nothing too crazy, and just a lot of fun. But pretty much that's all there is to cover. So obviously, you know, we are getting some updates to the skill variances. They've already pretty much taken place, so nothing too crazy right there. Also, of course, you know, the Dragon Stones, we can look forward to seeing that pretty soon, actually, if we have not gotten them already. Obviously, this is just kind of a mission description update, so it's not changing the fight, it's not changing the missions or anything or how it works. It's just making sure that's more clear. It's basically clarifying it so that way players don't have misunderstandings. This is just basically, you know, talking about the editions being unified. Obviously, we're getting new missions for global, so that way you guys can take advantage of the missed opportunities with the earlier kind of Ultimate Clashes for the sync-up purpose. So all of that, I mean, is pretty good stuff. Obviously, again, these missions, definitely want to do these missions. They are for a limited time, right? Basically for the month of October. Once these missions are gone, you will not be able to go ahead and get these kind of missions done. So basically, you do want to do it. Again, just one character from the list that we saw earlier right here. Obviously, a bunch of super easy A's that you can use. So you take them, you get those missions done, bam, you get those coins, and it's all game, set, match, good stuff from there. And then also, aside from that, you know, we got the Easy A's to look forward to for Janemba and Gogeta. They're already out. People are already using them. I myself have had great time with them, so that's going to be something to look forward to. Of course, again, we have the next Dokkan Fest character coming to the game soon, the Super Easy A, the Easy A's right here. Dokkan, it's crazy how good Dokkan feels. And, I mean, we're basically coming out of the Worldwide Celebration campaign, so you would feel like this is the kind of hype that a lot of players will be describing in the Worldwide Celebration, but we're feeling this after the Worldwide Celebration, basically leaving the celebration, going towards the sync future, right? So, I mean, yeah, this is just a fantastic time. Obviously, Memorial Battles, some new stages for the Skill Orbs, so much great stuff. Just really, just so many great things. And obviously, yeah, I didn't even mention it, the new Extreme Super Battle Road stage, all that sort of stuff, all that good stuff. I mean, there's not much more for me to say. This is all just fantastic work. In fact, let me go ahead and check one final thing, actually, because I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. There should be a section for the new coins, if I believe, or actually it's not going to show here. But basically what they also want to mention, which I want to cover right here, is with the new coins, right? The warm-up coins that we're seeing as a part of a mission. I don't want to forget this. I should have mentioned this earlier. We are going to be getting those coins, right? You can exchange them for up to 30 Dragon Stones and other kind of rewards like Elder Kai's, which are going to be helpful for super attack farming, as well as Hercule statues for Zenny, right? So again, you got to take advantage of this. You got to get these free resources because this is obviously us leading towards the 10th anniversary. We got to take advantage of it. We got to. So yeah, so much fun stuff. So many great things to look forward to. United We Dokkan. I'm going to say it for the past, like, for the next few vids, but like, this is like the peak of the whole United We Dokkan kind of term, because we are just synchronized. We are enjoying the best of Dokkan, it feels like, in terms of content, being all sorts of stuff. Yeah, this is just fantastic. This is one of the best updates in Dokkan's history as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure that's going to be the same for a lot of people. In any case, that's going to do it for the vid. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel as well, and comment down below. How are you guys feeling about all these updates? Are you guys overwhelmed or are you guys psyched? Let me know in the comments down below, and also check out some of the other vids on my channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.